Getting older brings change, and change that affects our emotional, physical, and mental health. September is Senior Citizen Month, so today we want to look at geriatric health and care. And with us is UWI Muna's Professor Denise Eldemar Scherer. She's done research on the issue, and she'll tell you she loves aging. So what a perfect person to have with us this morning. How are you? Welcome to
Good
Smile
morning. I
Jamaica.
love
It's
your
morning
hair.
time. Thank you, my love.
Short hair running
Short.
the world today.
Yes.
You are the head of community health.
No.
No?
Head of the Mona Aging
Mona
and Wellness
Aging and
Center.
Wellness Center.
Aging Wellness
Center.
Center. And you like aging.
I love aging.
Some people are afraid of it.
I think you're only afraid of it if you don't know what to expect.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think that over the years, because we didn't understand it, that we have empowered people to accept it. Look at the choice. The alternative is death.
Yes.
So, and the more that we have learnt about aging is the more we understand that, yes, genetics plays a role, but that's 30-40%. The rest of it is what you do with your life. Coming up to 60, this miraculous age that you suddenly turn into this strange person, and even after. Because it's never too late to adopt a healthy lifestyle.
So can we talk about healthcare? Because sometimes I say healthcare providers tend to overlook issues and just say, oh, it's because you're aging. And sometimes there are issues that really need attention, issues that can be fixed, issues that can be addressed, but they kind of brush them off and say, it's because you're aging, that's why that's happening. Have we changed that mindset?
Not enough. We are changing it.
Yes.
It's in the medical curriculum, so it's getting there. A lot of our doctors are getting older themselves, and they are appreciating. Well, they always were getting older, but I think that the ones that are getting older now have more information. When we did the first study in 1989, we had only 78% of the older people able to do everything, mentally and physically. Now, let us recognize that doing things when you get over 60 may mean doing them with a walking stick or a walker. We measure function, which is what Delia is talking about.
Yes.
Function may well mean that I need buttons in the front of my clothes, and I may need a bra that does up in the front, or I may need Velcro on my pants because I have arthritic fingers. But I'm functioning, therefore I'm well.
Okay.
So when we did the study in 89, it was 78%. The 2012 study takes us up to 92%. And this is objective measurement. We're asking, can you brush your hair? Can you feed yourself? Can you go to the shop? Can you get on a bus?
Right.
So the thing is that we're also seeing older people out in the workplace, in the streets. Where would we be without grandparents for childcare?
Right, right.
So I think we're changing.
We're changing. We're doing better.
We're doing better.
I want to address, when we talk about geriatric care, I want to address the people on the front line.
Yes.
The caregivers that live in, some of the nurses, and some of the complaints. I'm sure in your study that you have heard about the abuse of some of our elderly from caregivers on the front line. Have you?
No.
Because in light of a recent documentary I mentioned earlier done by somebody, and then other people have been coming to me and saying, people are being treated really badly. My elderly family member in hospitals, I've been hearing it out there, and I'm wondering if you have.
It's a hidden topic. It's a taboo topic. People don't always talk about it. So in terms of formal complaints, we're not getting them.
Okay.
When we get the informal complaints, and we do get the informal complaints,
Yes.
people don't want to go to the police.
Yes, I
So
see that.
it's a taboo subject. So I'm glad you've put it on the front burner because we need to encourage people to be able to talk about it.
Yes.
Some of in hospitals, I think it's a lack of understanding on both sides. I'm not sure sometimes what relatives expect. I had an interesting case only this week where it was the communication that was the problem. I was talking to the son, And he said her care was actually excellent, but nobody told him anything. And I think this goes back to Dahlia's, that the healthcare providers, the frontline workers, are not necessarily communicating adequately what's happening, etc. So I think we have far to go. We do have far to go. But I think healthcare is shifting. The current emphasis of the Ministry of Health is to strengthen primary care for older people. And this goes back to your question. Yes, older people are more at risk of health issues because of, I'm not going to use the word problem, I'm going to use the word challenges associated with aging. You are likely to fall more because your muscles are getting weaker, you have arthritis, you're not walking the way that you should. So we just need your primary care worker, health professional, to be able to tell you that, just use a 2-pound weight. A lot of older people will tell me that they don't do exercise because it hurts. Okay, yes, it hurts. Take your pain tablet and go and do it. Because the only way for you to get rid of that hurt
is to do the exercise,
and strengthen the other muscles. Dizziness from your hypertension medication, from just inactivity. Too many older people sit around doing nothing because they have nothing to do. So health services also need to be paralleled with social services, and there's a key role for private sector here. What is there for an older person to get up and do? Where are you going to go? And that's mental health issues.
Yes.
So I think that we're in the stages of getting there.
Yeah. And you find that there are some people who may be on the calendar at a particular age, but they're still very much active like a 30-year-old. And they still want to get up and go to work, and they still want to, and their faculties are all great, but because of age, people say, no, stay home, you need to stay home.
And the worst offender of that is the children who want to look after them. The worst offender of that is the children. Now, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, need to have self-esteem, the need to be needed, the need to be wanted, the need to be loved, is not met by some child looking after you. If I have given you instructions for the last 40 years, how do you think you're going to come across trying to give me an instruction? It's not going to work.
That's true.
So it's a mindset that's not just health professionals need to.
I know.
And I feel
The
for
kids wanted to retire.
Yes. And Dahlia, when you listen to the stories, we have to recognize that the generation of older people that we have today is an incredible generation.
Yes.
This is a generation that worked 2 and 3 jobs, helper jobs, manual labor jobs, walk miles, to put these children through university and to make them who they are. And children want to say thanks, not realizing, look, at age 60, you're going to possibly live 25, 30 years. I can't sit at home doing nothing. I'm 6 years past that retirement age. I would drive everybody crazy if I was doing nothing.
That's true. And
You've known me.
yeah, you would.
Can you imagine me?
You can't sit down.
No.
Tell them again. They're not putting you
She's
anywhere.
not going to sit down. But what are the solutions? I know Jean Laurichin and her group, they've been doing quite a bit in terms of getting awareness out there. Also getting older people to realize that you have rights and you need to speak up and you need to get involved.
And for older people themselves to be their best advocates.
Yes.
I think the solution is one that you people, and I'm referring now to media, have really helped us with since you started honoring Senior Citizens Week way back in 1985. TVJ was, then JBC, let me give credit, Rival Engager, was the first one to put it in primetime news. And I think that this is the key thing. Yes, you're going to have the courses, but I think the projection now, that lovely picture on the newspaper of our older recycled teenager with her amputation, showing that wellness is about how you feel inside. So I think the media is a critical component of it. Access, as you say, to CCRP, Jean Laurichin, Mona Aging and Wellness Center. We have computer classes. We are looking at third age courses. But also, we do have courses for caregivers. We have recognized that caregivers, we're not going to have formal services for older people, and most people don't want them. They want to stay in their house. 78% of today's older people own that house.
Yes.
They don't want to go to an institution where you have to eat at 5 o'clock and go to bed at
Right.
7 o'clock. So we have to educate those caregivers.
Yes.
A lot of that caregiver abuse that we hear about is frustration.
Yes.
Because they don't know how to get somebody to go bathe when they want them to bathe. No, let them bathe when they're ready. Tell them that the water will be cold if they don't bathe now. But it's really about how to deal with some of the complications. I'm not in denial that there are issues and
Right.
older people can be seen as being difficult. But I will give you one thought. Older people don't get difficult. Difficult people get old.
That's a great way to wrap this.
Don't get difficult.
It's a great way to wrap this. Director of the Mona Aging Wellness Center, Professor Denise Eldermeyer Scherer. That's 10 minutes to your health. We'll do it again next Thursday.